Here's what I think. My favorite quote, one of my favorites. The goal of personal growth should be deathbed clarity while your life is still happening, so you can actually do something about it. So my final story, I'd like to share with you. I'll let you know it's a little bit heavy, and I want to acknowledge in a room of this size, a lot of you probably have similar stories, and I'm particularly sensitive to the fact that some of you might have had something that's happened to you recently. But I believe it's important I share this story because it's really going to elucidate why this is so meaningful to me and the impact that this approach to life has had on me. So when I told you my story before, I told you when I was a younger human, I was not always the pathologically happy and self-expressed person you see. I was not the happiest young person, which is like, I know, kids, it's hard to be a kid. You were kids, it's hard. You got the hormones, it's not fun. And I was lacking in confidence, I was not comfortable in my own skin, and if I were to be kind of critical of myself, I'm not hard on myself about it, but my framings were terrible. I didn't know anything about practical philosophy or psychology, I wasn't good at looking at the world. And when I moved from 8th grade to 9th grade, my middle school was in a township. We got absorbed by a larger regional high school. And now I lost track of my friends. And honestly, frankly, most of them, with some exceptions, they weren't really like my soul friends. They weren't like my Harry Potter friends. But I was kind of floating for a minute. That's a tough time in your life. I'm sure many of you have had a tough time like that. But the good news was I could find the audition for the high school musical. I auditioned, and I don't want to brag, but I was one of 2 freshmen that was called back for The Wizard of Oz, and I don't want to brag, but I booked it. That's what we say in showbiz. We say, booked it. I booked The Wizard of Oz, the eponymous role. Captain Marvel's a 15-year-old. And I remember the callback was so intimidating because now it's all the older kids, and many of them had been to school together for years, and you were auditioning all together in a big room. It was very nerve-wracking. And the other freshman kid, my soon-to-be good friend John, in a moment of kindness and inclusivity, really took it upon himself to make me feel comfortable through this process. And very specifically, in one really kind moment, he asked me to sit next to him on the bus on the way home. He asked me to sit next to him on the bus on the way home. And that moment was a gateway to the truest friendship I've ever known. And community, as I mentioned, has always been very important. I love my family so much. I have a lot of love for them. They've been great teachers to me. I am not close to my family. Not at all. But I love them. I think they're great. It's just not kind of how I'm wired. So I think that's probably why for me there's always been this primal need to find the others. I need to find the others. And that time in my life was the first time I found the others. And it was so amazing and so wonderful to be wrapped in true community, to be seen and to be known with people that believe what I believe. And that summer, John turned 16, and we had a birthday party for him on Long Beach Island, where I'm from, right on the beach. And we hung out all night. I think we actually, this is hilarious, it's more wholesome than it sounds because we're kids. We weren't even doing drugs yet. We got into a hotel pool, went swimming. I saw my very first sunrise that day. We took a nap. And then a few of us just kept hanging out all day, including Katie Masniano, who I was in love with. And it was just a bunch of kids awkwardly turning into adults. And we were talking about the things you talk about at that age, the things you care about. And we were joking, and we were eating ice cream. And we were a bunch of kids on a perfect summer day in June on the shore. And that afternoon, we decided to go swimming. And the riptide was bad that year, and to make a long story short, I got pulled out, which was not fun. I've never been a great swimmer. I was not panicking per se, but I was struggling. And John, as was his nature, noticed I was struggling, and he swam out to get me. And I narrowly made it back. I don't know how long I was out there. Of course, your brain is funny. It goes back. It tries to make sense. I remember, it felt like I was at muscle fit. I got to the beach and I was out. And sadly, John did not make it back in. And it sucks. And it sucks. It sucks a lifetime later. But here's the thing. I can't change that, right? Can't control that. And if I could, I would, believe me. But you have to understand, that changed my life in ways that are so important. And I don't know, because I can't split test an alternate reality where it didn't happen. But when I think about myself as a young guy, or again, I love my family, when I think about my dad or my brothers, I think I would have been an okay person. I like to think I still would have turned out cool. But I feel that event just completely hit me at a right angle and really changed the shape of my life in ways that are so important and so beautiful. And I think I am standing here on the stage talking to you because of that event. Because I think ever since then, I have lived with a real sense I'm on borrowed time all day long, every day. And it works for me mostly, and sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it's annoying, and sometimes my heart skips a beat, like I'm neurotic about it. But on balance, this has really worked for me, because when you look at your life, and you look at it like on borrowed time, it is very clear to you what matters, and it's clear to you what doesn't, and it's clear to you who matters, and it's clear to you who does not. And you get courage to be seen. Because ultimately, if people think I'm an idiot or a weirdo, well gosh, well that's okay. I'm not long for this mortal coil. I don't mind at all. I got one chance, I got one shot, and I am not gonna die with my song inside of me. And importantly, it gives you urgency. Because when you know you are not here for this world, you take action. And that's the final note I want to leave you on. Because I didn't want to do a keynote that was like just the high level stuff, and I hope you got some giggles. I hope you got some inspiration. I hope you got some feels. But I want you to do different stuff. I want you to change things because your life isn't long either. And we are designed to not appreciate how short our life is. And in the words of Mary Oliver, to forgive me, to quote poetry, the only question is, what will you do with your one wild and precious life? So I don't have a good action step for this one, right? I kind of wanted to think of one, but I don't have like, oh, the momentum where you do this. Like, think about your death more, I guess. But what I would ask you to do, what it would really mean a lot to me to do, on my behalf, on behalf of John, on behalf of everyone that loves you, is do different things on Monday. Do different things. Take some of these action steps. And not just from this talk, from all the other things you learned. Be the only you that the rest of us are ever going to get, and help the people that you can help. So I want to get you out of here.